Hey guys, I know it's not Monday, which is reading day, but I still wanted to read you guys another story. I wanted to read The Incredibles. The Incredibles is a family, but they all have superpowers. Alright. It was the golden age of supers. It was the time when heroes like Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and Frozone kept the world safe from all kinds of danger. It was an exciting time. Built like a tank and 10 times as tough, Mr. Incredible was known for his super strength. Elastigirl's stretching abilities made her as flexible as she was fierce. They made a powerful team. Then, times changed. People complained that the supers were making a mess. The government forced them into hiding. Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl fell in love and got married. They tried to live normal lives. They became Bob and Helen Parr. The Parrs moved to a house in the suburbs and raised a family. They had a daughter named Violet, a son named Dash, and a baby boy named Jack Jack. Like their parents, the kids were supers. Violet could turn invisible and create force fields, while Dash, true to his name, could run really fast. Zoom! Jack Jack's powers were still unknown. He wasn't even potty trained. Banned from showing their powers in public, Bob and Helen used them around the house instead. See, Bob's lifting up the heavy couch, and Helen is using her stretchy arm to vacuum underneath the couch. But Bob was bored with being normal. He passed the time at his new job, wishing he were still doing his old job, being a super. One day, his wish came true. A mysterious woman named Mirage gave Bob a top-secret mission. This was a job from Mr. Incredible. You can still do great things, says Mirage. Bob's supersuit had been damaged in battle. He visited fashion designer Edna Mode and asked her to make him a new one. No capes! Edna does not like capes. With his new supersuit, Mr. Incredible was back in business. Mirage led him to a private island and into a trap. Mr. Incredible was caught in the clutches of a robot known as the Omnidroid. The trap had been set by an evil genius named Syndrome. As a boy, Syndrome wanted to be Mr. Incredible's sidekick. When that didn't happen, Syndrome became very angry. I work alone, said Mr. Incredible to Syndrome as a boy. Syndrome wanted revenge. He created high-tech gadgets to destroy Mr. Incredible with one day, and that day was today. When her husband didn't return home, a worried Helen visited Edna. Helen was shocked to learn that Bob was Mr. Incredible again, and that he was in terrible danger. Luckily, Edna had made new supersuits for the entire Parr family. They were about to go on a rescue mission. After leaving Jack Jack with a sitter, Elastigirl set out to save Mr. Incredible. Violet and Dash secretly followed. They wanted to help too. Bob was happy to be reunited with his fantastic family. At that moment, they were no longer the Parrs. They were the Incredibles. See? They're the Incredibles. Suddenly, the Incredibles were surrounded by Syndrome's soldiers. Mr. Incredible heaved their hovercrafts high overhead. Elastigirl stretched out to make several long-distance strikes. Dash ran in circles around the guards, and Violet trapped them in an unbreakable force field. The Incredibles realized the best superpower of all was teamwork. When the fight was over, the Incredibles raced to capture Syndrome. The villain was in a rocket headed towards the mainland. He was going to unleash the Omnidroid on the city. The Incredibles would never make it in time. Fortunately, Mirage had a change of heart. She felt sorry for her part in Syndrome's plot and led the Supers to one of his spare rockets. The Incredibles thanked her and were soon blasting off to their next battle. Blasting off in the rocket. "Who's Super now?" says Syndrome. When the Supers arrived, the Omnidroid was tearing up the town. Syndrome watched, crackling with glee. Giggling. The Incredibles tried everything to defeat the giant robot. Even with icy help from Frozone, the Omnidroid seemed unstoppable. Then Violet saw that Syndrome was using a remote control to make the Omnidroid move. See? It was on his wrist. Dash riding on Frozone. Violet making a force field around her and Dash. The Supers stopped fighting the robot and went after Syndrome. They snatched the remote control and turned the Omnidroid against him. An energy beam blasted Syndrome out of the sky. Right here. With Syndrome defeated, the heroes tricked the Omnidroid into destroying itself. The city was saved! Citizens gathered to celebrate the return of Supers. The Supers felt good to be back. They felt incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed the book about the Incredibles. Seems like such a wonderful family.